Well, back for some food now after the bipolar video, which took so long to make. So welcome back to the 80 odd subscribers who have probably forgotten why they clicked on subscribe many months ago, and hello and welcome to anybody new who's popping by. The people who are popping by have no idea what I was talking about with the bipolar video, but yes, I did. I am a sufferer of bipolar disorder, and cooking is one of my salvations, so I made a video about it because my cooking videos become quite sporadic. I haven't been in the mood recently, a bit of a downturn in moods over the last couple of months. So anyway, I'll stop waffling. Today, food. We're going back to some food, and today we're going to do a borscht, something I've been planning on doing for quite a while. I quite like the idea of a borscht, and I've only had a couple in my life, and they were a very long time ago, and they're mainly an Eastern European dish. I think Russia and Ukraine do a lot of borscht. I think the Ukrainian one has got meat in it and some of the Russian ones haven't. So we're going with the vegan one today, and I'll replace the meat with butter beans. So anyway, yes, let's get on with it. A vegan borscht. Right, before we kick off, I have a comment. I have some feedback. My very good friend Maria mentioned to me while I was staying at her place a while back that my videos don't always contain the measurements for some of the things I throw in. Essentially, it's a dash here and a dash there, and a pour of that and a stir of this, and yes, okay. I used to put all of that in the description comments bit, but from now on I'm going to add it to the video itself. So this is for you, Maria. Ingredients. What is on today's board of goodness? We have 4 medium beetroots, because that is the core of this dish. Then there's probably 3.5 medium-sized beetroots. A couple of medium-sized potatoes, although I had a handful of baby potatoes left, so I'll use those. 2 of the garlic cloves. 2 of the medium carrots, although I don't think I used all 2 of those. A decent size onion, probably not red, try and stick with the whitey or browny ones. A cabbage that would fit in the palm of your hand, you want just over half of that. What are we, 1.5 litres of veg stock, couple of teaspoons of dill, generous teaspoon of caraway seeds, 2 of the bay leaves, and these are small tubs, so I would say it's like a 1.5 tin of butter beans. Yes, lovely butter beans. They're a bit smaller than a tin, I think. And what have we got? 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar. And that all has to go in there. So as we start the cooking process this time, you will see down there that there is a pan with onions in. And that starts many other dishes. Anyway, yes, onion, 2 bay leaves, and you'll see the garlic coming in a second or two's time. What I really wanted to say was just a few seconds on caraway seeds, which are going to be part of this. Interesting, I've never used caraway seeds in my cooking before, but they are very much Eastern European, Scandinavian, added to a lot of soups and stews. They're also part of harissa, which is a North African thing. It's a slightly licoricey taste, but not in a sort of licorice. But it's certainly, I have to say, I'm converted. I really like it. Anyway, yeah, onions, bay leaves, garlic things. And as your onions and bay leaf and garlic are nicely softening, don't brown them. It's just a light softening. I think 3, 4, 5 minutes max. And then in with the carrots. I've chosen to thinly slice them on one of those box grater things. There's a slicer thing on the side. You can grate them. Grating is good. Grating would mean they would melt more than the sliced. So entirely up to you. This is a choice of your own. And then we soften those. That's going to take about another 5 minutes or so. And then start pouring in your hot water, because we're going to be putting in the stock cubes now. How many stock cubes you need will depend on the stock cube thing that you buy. I think OXO, I tend to use 2 for a half litre. That makes it quite strong, but you know, you can dilute with a little bit of water afterwards. Right, just switch the lights on. It's getting a bit dark in this room, and you don't want to not be able to see me. Okay, don't all rush at once. Anyway, right, what we're doing next, simmering for a couple of minutes just to allow the stock to settle. Then at the same time, we're going to put in our chopped potatoes, smallish cubes. Same again with the beets, probably slightly larger cubes. You still want a bit of beet at the end where the potato will probably melt a lot into the soup. And that's where this wonderful red colour starts to appear. How often in nature are you eating purpley red food? Not very often, apart from like a really good grape or something like that. But I do love the colour purple. So the borscht, it does something to my eyes as well as, you know, my stomach. And then we're going in with the caraway seeds. Ooh, yeah, just over a teaspoon. And we're going to simmer for about 10 minutes. So after that 10 minutes, you're going to be lowering the heat and putting in the cabbage. You can chop up the cabbage however you want. I've done it in longish strips and then slightly shredded it diagonally as well. But get it in there. That's going to be another 10 to 15 minutes. And about halfway through this next bit of simmering, you want to get your cider vinegar in there. 2 tablespoons. Nice, tangy soup. Cider vinegar is perfect. Carry on. Final big part is we're now adding the butter beans. So pour them out of their tins, or in my case cartons, and give them a little bit of wash under the tap to get rid of the water that's in the can or the carton, and then throw them in. The butter beans are the meatiness of this dish. The beets are meaty, of course, on their own, but if you're not doing a meat and wanting this to be a more chunky dish, then butter beans are your friend. So what we're going to do, another 10 minutes with the butter beans in. Yes. Now this bit's a personal choice. I use my hand blender to blend down some of the vegetables. 1 or 2 of the beets I'll sort of mush down into the soup. It's an entirely personal choice. You don't have to do it. Depends how lumpy you want your soup, really. I wanted lumpiness and creaminess. And then I threw in the dill, and we're pretty much finished then. Well, once the dill's been added, you're close to the finish line. You can simmer it for another minute or 2. Fresh dill, as always, is better than jarred dill, but I couldn't find any fresh dill in the supermarket. It's one of those that, you know, you can always find basil, you can always find thyme, sometimes sage, but dill's one of those that often just disappears from the shelves and there's no rush to get it. Anyway, whatever. There's always dill, dried dill, and it's not a terrible idea. So, serve it up. Nice big bowl. Because this is a vegan dish, the yogurt you put in is probably like a coconut yogurt or an oat yogurt or something like that to keep it vegan. Personally, I'm not a vegan, so I put normal yogurt in. But it's sort of one of those sour cream. Actually, sour cream is probably better and more traditional to have with this. It goes with that tanginess that we started off with the cider vinegar a while back. But this is a gorgeous soup. You can serve it with a big lump of crusty bread or just slurp it on its own. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I'd like to try it with meat one day, but, you know, we'll leave that for another day. This is vegan today. Anyway, yeah, thank you for making it this far into the video. I really appreciate you being patient if you've been one of my subscribers for a while. It's been over a month since I last posted a food video, and I'm telling you something, it's glad to be back. You know, my head's been in an odd place for the last month or so, and being back talking to you guys, it's better than I thought it would be. It's easier than I thought it would be. Sometimes it's a struggle. Today it wasn't. So, I hope you enjoy the soup. There's going to be a lot more to come. I've got a bunch of videos that I recorded and haven't done voiceovers for, so hopefully there'll be another few in the next few days, and we'll catch up. And it's nearly Christmas. Do I want to do anything Christmas foodie? I don't know. Anyway, take care. Be good. Bye bye. Like and subscribe and all the YouTube.